Hi, my name is Jerry Fowler, and today's lesson is on how to place a Tofflemire Matrix Band. By the end of this lesson, each student will be able to properly place a Tofflemire Matrix Band. You ever wonder why or how a dentist can actually restore a tooth that's severely broken down and make it look like a tooth again? Well, it's by using a Tofflemire Matrix Band. Why do we need to use them? When a tooth has been prepared for a Class 2, Class 3, or Class 4 restoration, at least one of the interproximal walls is removed. This is a Class 2, and here's a Class 3, and right here's a Class 4. We need to restore these walls again. So we're going to use the Tofflemire Matrix Band system. This is the Tofflemire retainer here with a matrix band inside. And these are the matrix bands right here. There are two universals, and this is called an MOD. Here are the parts of the Tofflemire retainer. There's an outer nut or knob, which is right here, an inner nut or knob. The outer nut is meant to retain the matrix band tightly into the system. The inner nut is used to tighten the matrix band around the tooth. These are the slots that the matrix band goes inside, and this is the spindle or pin that tightens it and holds it inside the slot. Right here, this horseshoe shaped thing there's a slot right here, and this holds the band inside. The slot part of this matrix or this horseshoe shaped thing always goes towards the gingiva or gums. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to get a little help from one of our assistants. Her name is Stella, and she's going to show us a demonstration on how to place the Tofflemire Matrix Band. This is Stella, and world's best dental assistant. Excuse me, not just dental assistant. Okay, so now Stella, you've got to live up to it. Alright, so to start with, we have a tray set up, and you'll need a mouth mirror, an explorer, cotton pliers. This is the Tofflemire Matrix Band retainer, matrix bands, and there's a couple wedges right here. You're going to need something to burnish with. Ideally, we like to use like a ball burnisher. Here, this is a Woodson right here. A beaver tail burnisher will work too. Okay, so you noticed with the Tofflemire, the matrix band, when it's in place, there is a tapered end or smaller end that's going to go towards the neck of the tooth on the actual Tofflemire. And if you watch when we actually bend, here's the matrix band itself. It's kind of shaped like a boomerang with a bend in it. When you bend it in half, there is a tapered end, the smaller diameter right here, that's going to go towards the gingiva. The larger diameter will go towards the occlusal surface. That's important to remember when we place it in the mouth. So here's a photograph of Stella placing the Tofflemire band inside the retainer. It goes inside that slot. Here's that horseshoe. It slips right inside there. Now, depending upon whether you're doing the right side or the left side, this retainer will come either out this way or out this way. The retainer is actually meant to be parallel to the buccal surface or the facial surface of the teeth. So Stella, I want you to go ahead, in this case, I want you to place it for the lower right. We want the retainer to go to the lower right. We're going to do this tooth on the bottom right here. Well, no, Stella. No, that wouldn't work, would it? Because that's facing out to the air here, or the cheek side. We need that turned around the other way, Stella. You're supposed to be the world's best assistant. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm talking. So now she's got it turned around the right way, the world's best assistant, and faced towards the tooth. All right, so let's go ahead and put that on. When we place it on the tooth, you notice here that slot is down towards the gingival. And now Stella's going to tighten it using the inner knob to tighten that band around the tooth. And notice this also should be parallel to the buccal surfaces of the teeth. Just like that. That's how it looks. Very nice, Stella. Okay. Now we've got the retainer in place, but we need to stabilize it. Wedges are used to stabilize the matrix band against the gingival floor of the tooth prep and the against the matrix band against the gingival floor, I should say. Now with wedges, they're a triangular shape. This one has a square end here, but this is the top or the point of the triangle, and this is the base of the triangle. The point of the triangle goes up in the contact area, and this goes down towards the gingival. So when we place our wedges, they're going to go with that point end up towards the contact. You're going to slide them in. You can use your cotton pliers to do so, to slide it in. Well, Stella, you got one. That's good. Now you notice here, this is an MOD prep, mesial-occlusal distal. I should say mesial-occlusal distal. This would be good in this case over here. This is called an MO prep. It only has one wall missing. This one has two walls missing. So wherever there's a wall missing, you need to use a wedge. So Stella, you got to place one more wedge on the mesial. There you go. Now once you place the wedges in, you're going to fully engage them using the back of your cotton pliers. All right, and there you have it. Good job, Stella. So now they're fully engaged. The reason is we want to make sure there is no space down in this area, and you feel around with your Explorer to make sure that there's a tight seal down in here. If there's any leakage or anything that's open, whatever material that's put in here, whether it's amalgam, composite, or intermediate restorative material, can leak down outside this matrix band and cause the dentist a lot of problems and clean up later. Okay, and the very last step is to burnish the contacts. The reason is we want to make sure that these contacts are fully engaged against the adjacent teeth. So when we place the filling in there and we finally take this apart, when you floss down, it should have some resistance. It shouldn't just freely pass. Otherwise, the doctor has to do it again. Okay, so using your ball burnisher or beaver tail burnisher, you're going to burnish those contacts out. Very good. That concludes, very good, nice job, Stella. That concludes placement of the Tofflemire Matrix Band system. So what we're going to do now is everyone's going to go into the lab, and first you're going to practice setting up the system for upper right, upper left, lower right, lower left, and then you're actually going to place one on the upper right, upper left, and lower right on the typodonts in the lab.